continue this same sequence.
Sorry for inconvenience.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry for the inconvenience, but as we all know, that cancer treatment has many hiccups. So for a brief, we had some hiccups here also. So it is part of our day-to-day practice. We face such hiccups daily. Uh, Hope you all are doing well in this new normal 2021. Thanks to RADC for providing me this opportunity to have a small talk on medical oncology. Uh, in medical oncology, when we say recent advances, it is synonymous to targeted therapy. So new advances and targeted therapy goes hand in hand. So we will go to the basic. We all know the word cancer came from the word crab or crabgrass. So how we treat crabgrass? So for crabgrass, we cut it or tear it. In cancer, we do the surgery. The another way to treat crabgrass is burn it. In cancer, we do the radiation therapy. And last but not the least, we can poison crabgrass, and in cancer, we give chemotherapy. So these are the few method approaches to do management of cancer. We do radiation therapy, we do surgery, and in chemotherapy, we have a wide range. We do chemotherapy, we do targeted therapy, and there are newer therapies like CAR-T gene therapy. So these are the management approaches. So going to the basics, what makes cancer cell cancerous? So they are cancerous because they have increased response to growth signals. They produce their own growth signals. They are insensitive to anti-growth signals. They evade apoptosis. They don't die by their own. And they replicate indefinitely, and they synthesize their own blood vessels. So these are the reasons why cancerous cells grow indefinitely. And last but not the least, there is tissue invasion and metastasis. Looking at the top 5 advances in oncology, the first advancement was when in 1965, Hodgkin's disease was cured by chemotherapy. Next was in 1977 when testicular carcinoma was cured by chemotherapy. In 1991, the major side effects which we faced because of chemotherapy, that is nausea and vomiting, that was taken care of, and antiemetic drugs were introduced. But the most landmark year was 2001, when Magic Bullets targeted therapy for CML, a single tablet was discovered to treat blood cancer. So when imatinib was discovered, it was known as Magic Bullets. There are still WhatsApp messages going on that a single tablet can cure blood cancer. So this is because imatinib, which works against BCR-ABL tyrosine kinase, it helps in curing CML, which is a type of blood cancer. So here, this is the mutation which causes CML, chronic myeloid leukemia. This is the formation of BCR-ABL kinase, and imatinib work against this BCR-ABL tyrosine kinase. So this is a single tablet with which we can cure blood cancer. We all know the buzzword in medicine is precision medicine. And in oncology, precision medicine is targeted therapy. So we work against the mutations, as we all know that the mutation is leading cause for every cancer. So targeted therapy points on those mutations and then cures the malignancy. So here is the same thing, that it works against the driver mutation. In 1997, first targeted therapy, rituximab, was introduced. In 1998, trastuzumab, which was against the HER2 positive breast cancer, it was introduced. In 2001, the imatinib capsules were introduced, and then the list continued, and now we have hundreds of FDA approved targeted therapy. So how targeted therapy works? Targeted therapy targets cellular proliferation, it targets cell survival, it targets angiogenesis, and it targets nuclear factors. So it targets all those factors which are responsible for a cell to be cancerous. So here are the different types of targeted therapy. They can be hormonal therapy, they can be immunotherapy, they can be anti-angiogenesis therapy, they can be tyrosine kinase inhibitors, or it can be CAR T cell therapy. Why targeted therapy is better than chemotherapy? Because chemotherapy only acts on rapidly growing cancer cells, but all cancer cells are not rapidly growing, so they will develop resistance after some time. But in targeted therapy, they will target all the cancer cells, rather it is rapidly growing or dormant. So it has more efficacy and less toxicity. There is a proverb said by Dr. Nevin Murray that if you want to differentiate between a target therapy or a chemotherapy, it's like a smart bomb versus a cluster bomb. So which can be our target sites? So the best target sites are cancer cells. They will target only on cancer cells. They will not target on normal physiological cells. So they will have very less toxicity and maximum efficacy. There can be two types of targets. There are extracellular domain and there are intracellular domains. The drugs which act on extracellular domains, they are known as monoclonal antibodies, and drugs which act on intracellular domains, they are known as small synthetic molecules. And both the way, they will inhibit the replication of cell and prevent cancer to spread. These are the list of few monoclonal antibodies which are FDA approved. That commonly which we have heard are rituximab against the blood cancer, trastuzumab for breast cancer, then there is bevacizumab for colorectal cancer and lung cancer, and the list is unending. Similarly, there are many small molecules. They are oral tablets which we have to take only daily. They have least side effects, almost negative, no hair fall, no emetogenesis. So these are like imatinib for CML, geftinib for lung cancer, sorafenib for RCC or HCC, and dasatinib for blood cancer. And the list is unending. We have now hundreds and thousands of these drugs. Now the very new immunotherapy and CAR T cell therapy. Immunotherapy works on the basis that it will boost our own immune system, it will boost our T cells, and these T cells will act against the cancer cells. So it is like our own body will kill cancer cell. Similarly, CAR T cell therapy, we take T cells from the patient, we build them in such a way that it will and re-infuse to the patient. So these T cells are going to kill the cancer cells. The advantages of target therapy, it will block or prevent cell growth, it will stop blood flow to the tumor, so it will inhibit angiogenesis, it will target defects only in cancer cells, not in normal cells, it can carry other drugs to the cancer cell, it can cause cell death, and it can boost immune system so that our cells can destroy the cancer cells. So these are the common difference between the therapies. Chemotherapy will target both the normal cell and cancer cell. Targeted therapy will target only cancer cell, and immunotherapy, it will boost your own T cells, and these T cells will kill the cancer cells. Now I would like to share a few of our experience with targeted cell. There was a young male, 35-year-old, with high blood counts around 3 lakhs, with huge splenomegaly, and he turned out to be a case of CML with BCR-ABL tyrosine kinase defect, and we started him on dasatinib. After 1 month, his all blood parameters are normal. He is having no splenomegaly. So this is a case of patient with high-grade lymphoma, DLBCL. We can see in PET-CT, the lymph nodes are above below the diaphragm. And after 6 cycles of rituximab-based therapy, patient is in remission. There is no lymphadenopathy, there is complete response. This is the same PET CT. Now we see for solid cancer, lung cancer. Nowadays, lung cancer we can treat even in the stage 4, we can give a good life. We can give them a life expectancy of 5 to 7 years. They can go to work. And this patient was having adenocarcinoma with ALK mutation. This was his first X-ray with massive pleural effusion and soft tissue opacity. After 3 months of ceritinib, ALK-directed therapy, patient is doing well. He has gained 8 kgs of weight and back to the work. So take-home message from my side will be that nowadays the need for chemotherapy is going down. Not every cancer needs a toxic chemotherapy. Chemo-free world of cancer is on horizon, and this is an era of personalized medicine where targeted therapy is the need of the hour. So I would like to end my talk with my favorite quote that cancer may have started the fight, but I will finish it. So thanks for being a patient listener.
एक ज मिनट कोई ने હેલા તમે
Now I am inviting Dr. Sanjay Patel to welcome Dr. Annie Barik.